breakfast items. I got a sausage wrap, farmer sausage wrap it's called, and I got the large double double, and I got something I had once before, and that was recently. It's called a B.E.L.T. It's a breakfast bagel, bacon, egg, lettuce, tomato, hence the name B.E.L.T. So anyway, I had one of those recently when Linda and I, we were going, I think, camping or something, or we're going somewhere. Anyways, we stopped off and we each had one of those, and they were very good, so I really enjoyed it. So before I get started, I have a couple of shout outs. Big Daddy Flavor Town, okay? Big Daddy Flavor Town, big shout out to you, my friend, okay? And also, Randy Castro. Now, Randy Castro left a comment in my cooking channel and asked for a shout out. And I don't go into my cooking channel as often as I do my ASMR. I'm in ASMR in that channel every day, the cooking channel, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So I didn't notice he had left a comment until recently. So a big shout out to you, Randy. Okay, piece of bacon. So anyways, and a big shout out to all of you people as well. I can't thank you enough for all your continued support. I appreciate it very much. So, let's talk about fall. Oh, that's good. Before I get into it, I want to just mention that when I got to Tim Horton's, there was only one car ahead of me. They weren't busy at all. So I just kind of scooted in there, placed my order. One thing I have to say about Tim Hortons is I'm not sure what they're like in other countries, but here in Canada, Tim Hortons is very reasonably priced. I've always felt their prices are very reasonable. So I get up to the window, and I got in the habit of checking my bag lately. When they hand me the bag, I always look inside, which is a good thing, because inside the bag was 2 muffins. And I said, well, that's not my order. So she looks kind of embarrassed, takes it back, goes and gets what I did order. And so it's an honest mistake, but I got in the habit of doing that. I think it was about a year ago or a little bit less when I went to Wendy's. And I won one of their ginormous hamburgers, and they came this hamburger, and when I got it, it looked kind of small, but I thought, well, he's kind of wrapped it tightly. Because you know, a lot of times when you see like a hamburger, when it's advertised, it always looks so big, but when you get it, it's always kind of smaller. So I got home, I realized they gave me this little baby burger thing, so it was their mistake, but I learned to check my order. So like I said, fall is upon us. Now, I used to really dislike fall. I never liked it. And for a few reasons. Sorry about that squeaky noise. To me, fall obviously signaled the end of summer. And that meant that winter was just around the corner. Now, I know a lot of people that can't wait for their kids to get back to school. I was kind of the opposite. It was kind of, bittersweet. I was sorry to see my kids go back to school because I found the summers to be so much easier. There was a less routine, no lunches to pack, that kind of stuff, It was just more easier, more relaxed. So I found that was easier. Mind you, they weren't in school all day, so you had to deal with the babysitting, all day. But that was okay. We managed to work that out. And besides, during the summer, I managed to get time off anyway, so that worked out good. But also seeing the kids go back to school, like I said, that meant that, summer was over, that was the end of the camping trips and everything else. also, I know the kids are always excited in one sense because they get to meet their new teacher, get to see who's in their class, see their friends again that they didn't see during the summer. You know, they get all new clothes. My mom was always so nice. She'd always take my ex. She'd take her shopping, and she would get the kids all new clothes for the new school year. So it was always very nice of her to do that. This was really good. Now, another thing about fall, another reason I didn't like fall was because, like I said, winter was on the way, and then you could feel the weather changing. You know, if the days are getting shorter, temperatures are cooling off. You know, in June, you have the really long days in June where at 10 o'clock it's just, it's not completely dark, but you can still kind of see, you know, compared to, you know, by the time September rolls around, October, whatever, you know, like the other day we went somewhere and it was 7 o'clock and it was almost dark, not quite, but it was coming on very quickly. Now, a couple of weeks ago, the lady asked me what kind of a bagel I wanted. I just let her decide, but this is a good bagel. I never know what kind of bagel to get. So a couple of weeks ago, Linda and I decided we had to put the pool away, you know. The swimming pool, we have this 24-foot above ground swimming pool, and we use it all summer. But, you know, it comes time when you have to put it away for the winter, right? And to us, that really signals the end of summer nowadays. So we disconnected the pump, did all that stuff, you know, cleaned it up real good, shocked it, and then decided to put the cover over. And that's always a drag doing that, because you just know that that's it for that year. You're not using the pool anymore after that. So we go to the shed, get the pool cover out, drag it over the pool, start putting it on. We realize there's a tear in it. It's like, oh no, seriously. Oh, great. It looked more like, it didn't really look like a tear, it looked more like it was something that was mouse chewed or something, you know. Just the way it was. Now, maybe it could have been a tear and just got bigger, but we're always really careful not to snag it on any nails when we take it off the deck or anything. And so I think it may have been mouse chewed, but regardless, we had to trash it and order a new one, which we got a few days ago. And it was raining so much we couldn't deal with it, so we had a nice day yesterday. Today's a beautiful day too, nice and clear. So we put the new cover on the pool yesterday. And of course, we put all the patio furniture away a couple weeks ago as well. You know, all the pool equipment, you know, all that stuff, all the, you know, everything that we use for the pool is all put away. Now we still have all the Linda's plants too. Linda has a swag of plants. Just most of them we can just move around. Some of them come in, but she has these Brugmansias. She's got a lot of those, and two of them, I've spoke about these before. They're huge. heavy. They are the heaviest thing that we have to move. I mean, we have a dolly, like a hand truck type thing, and we have a flat dolly, but we use the hand truck and bending that thing back. When you load it on there and you go to pull it back and move it, the tires are starting to flatten out, and you can feel the dolly bending. So one of these days it's going to snap, I swear. She insists they have to come in every year. So that's something we deal with every year. It'd be nice if she could just cover them or something, but apparently one frost will pretty much kill them, so. They're a beautiful plant. Got the big flowers that hang off them. They're really nice. Now the hot tub is something that we use predominantly, from this time forward. We were in there the other night. Her grandkids like it because it's nice and warm. But during the winter months, Linda and I hot tub a lot. It's nice going out there. It's just freezing. It's right out the bedroom door, right? Go out the bedroom door. A few steps, you're there. And it's freezing. Got myself a Corona. Get in there. It's just so nice. It could be really cold. There could be snow on the ground, whatever. It's just so nice. But we always, wear our birthday suits, so that's nice. And there's been many times you go out there and there's that much snow on the ground or more, and you go out there and your bare feet just freezing. But once you get in there, it's so nice. I'm looking forward to this farmer's sausage wrap. Oh wow, that's good. Egg and sausage in there. It's very good, but I have to say it seems a bit dry so far. It's only been one bite, but maybe some mayo or something. Very nice flavor. Good sausage. Now another thing I did about 2 weeks ago, got my snow tires on. Now, you might be thinking it's a little bit early, I mean, it was like barely into October, I got my snow tires on, but I only do that. Not because I expected to snow any minute, but because it gets really, really busy down there. The tire place is just down the street, around the corner, down the street again. It's just, as a crow flies, it's like a quarter of a mile, if that. But anyway, they're very good down there, very efficient, very fast. But this time of year, it gets real busy, and especially if there's snow in the forecast. Oh man, it's like a parking lot around there all day. Those guys are just going all day. The springtime's not as bad. The springtime, go down there anytime you want, get your tires off. But on the island, it's against the law for me to go to Victoria, because I have to go over what's called the Malahat, which is a great big, it's like a mountain where they've cut through there. And it's against the law to do that unless you have winter tires, or at the very least, I think all seasons. But they have to have a picture of a little mountain on there. Sometimes they require chains. If you don't have a chains, it won't let you go. And there's another town, which is towards the west coast, much smaller town, but it's the same thing. It's a big hill. It's called the Hump, or the Summit, whatever. I apologize for my stomach. But anyways, it's the same thing. You have to have, the proper winter tires, which I got. Like, my winter grips are really good. I'm trying to figure out what's in there. Egg sausage, looks like some cheese or something. There might be hash browns in there too. That's what I'm thinking. I have front wheel drive, so my winter tires, I don't really have a whole lot of problem in the snow, as long as it's fresh snow. If it gets like that real wet stuff, oh man, that's terrible. Before I retired in 2022, that January, a few months before I retired, we had a real heavy, wet snowfall, and my car was just so hung up it wasn't going anywhere. And so the first time in 36 years, I phoned in and said I couldn't get to work because of the snow. First time in 36 years I could not get to work because of snow. And they said, don't worry, we'll come and get you. So they came and got me. One of the receptionists at the front office, at the front there. Her husband is a police officer, and he had a 4x4. He got me and a few other people, and one other lady in my neighborhood, and a few others along the way. And then going home, there was this, going home, it was a nurse whose husband gave me a ride home in a different vehicle. So at least I made it to work and never had to miss work. So all the 36 years I worked there, I never missed work because of snow. The one thing that irks me about the fall is the time change. Spring forward, fall back. The way it is right now, I wish to just leave it that way. I'm 66 years old and no one's ever been able to give me a logical reason for a time change. You have 24 hours a day, springing forward and falling back. That's never made sense to me. Never has. I've heard all kinds of reasons for it, none that made sense. like it because it said once you have the time change in the winter, it's you have a more daylight in the morning for a little while. Yeah, but it doesn't last, you know. And it's a lot darker in the evening. It's dark by supper time. Once you have the time change, I mean, excuse me, up here in the winter time, it's dark at 4:30. A lot of people say, well, it's their favorite time change because they gain an hour of sleep. Whatever. The springtime, you lose an hour of sleep. That's still my favorite time change. Itchy nose. Because, you know, you go back to where you have more daylight in the evenings, and I like that. I know. A lot of people, when they work graveyards, in the fall, when we changed the clocks back, they worked an extra hour and never got paid for it. I thought that was very unfortunate because our union covered a lot of things, but somehow I missed that one. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I've gone on all this time about how I dislike fall, or used to. As I get older, I've changed my mind on all of that. I love fall. Because when you get to be my age, you start to appreciate all the seasons. You know, I've learned to embrace all the seasons. You know, I embrace every year, every day, every month, every week. You know, every minute. And time goes so fast that before I know it, it'll be spring anyway. That's just part of life. And I like to change the seasons, even though up here we basically have two. Like when I lived in Saskatchewan, we had like 4 seasons. You know, you definitely had like the summer and then the fall with all the leaves and all that, and everything changed. You had winter, which is brutal, and then the spring. And here we have that. It's similar, but just more modified. It's not quite as stark. You know, I mean, we used to have a lot of leaves falling off like a lot of maple leaves and whatever. Lots of those, and change of color and all that. That's nice, but it's just a lot more, you know, mellow. You know, it's not as intense. You know, so we kind of have like the dry season and the rainy season. But I much prefer the weather in British Columbia than I do Saskatchewan. Winters, anyway. This is very good. There's definitely sausage and egg and hash brown. You can get a bacon one too, but because I have the bacon bagel, I want to get a sausage wrap. But even just a slight skiff of some kind of like a mayo or mayo mixed with some kind of a sauce or something, would just like lightly, you know, would be very good. Doesn't really need it, but it wouldn't do any harm. But the sausage is very flavorful. So I'm not some grumpy old guy that gets all stodgy when it's fall, you know. You can feel it in the air. Now today is a brighter day. I mean, it's a clear day, so it's much brighter. When it's raining, you know, you get up, it's still dark out there. It's like, wow, you know, at 7:30 it's dark, but, or well, not really dark, but almost, because it's so cloudy and rainy, right? But when it's clear, it's just so bright. It's just so nice, you know. Now the fish pond is another thing. We have to take the pump out of the fish pond, put that away. So that's another thing we have to do. And the fish, they just do their own thing all winter. But Linda has so many plants around the house, outside, like, you know, ripping up the garden, all the flower beds, and it's, that part's kind of sad, you know, because it looks so beautiful when it comes up in the spring, because all winter long, everything's bare. Flower beds and garden, everything's just bare, right? Springtime, everything's sprouting up. It's just wonderful to see that. And all summer long, it looks so good. But then, like I said, a lot of the stuff is it's dying off. Some of those plants, I mean, just some blueberries out there. A lot of the leaves, everything. The leaves are so beautiful when they change color. That crimson, sort of what they call burnt orange or something. It's very nice, you know. Beautiful. Really good. I love the colors of the fall. That's one thing about, you know, back east, like, you know, Saskatchewan and Manitoba, Ontario and all that. You can see for miles just the changing of the colors and all that. It's just like red, yellow, and orange, and still a little bit of green, very little, but, you know, it's just wonderful. A lot of colors. And you'd see that, you know, I would imagine in central and eastern parts of the States and different countries around the world. But, anyways, so I'm working on some videos for November already. I got a few ideas from some of my viewers. I've got a nice long one, and I'll probably be eating some chicken when I do that. And for December, I've got some Christmas catalogs. I'll be going over like old Christmas catalogs. I'll be looking at those. And I had some fairly positive comments about my coloring book. So I'll be doing more coloring. People find that relaxing, as do I. And also the Hardy Boys, I'm going to wrap that up, because I started that like a year ago, so I got to wrap that up. But, you know, coloring, somebody said coloring is really great ASMR, and it is, because I know a lot of times, like when Linda's grandkids come over, they'll be sitting there coloring away, and I'll just be sitting there, you know, maybe doing a crossword, and, you know, just listening to them color is very nice, you know. So I totally know what you mean. And believe me, I'm no artist. You probably saw that from my first and only coloring video. It's just I'm not good with colors or coordinating colors or whatever. But anyways, it's all good, right? Good old Timmy's. Good old Tim's. Well, yeah. No, fall doesn't get me down like it used to. It used to already bum me out, but we'd have the wood stove in our old house. Our first house was an old 3-story house. We had the wood stove and lots of wood in the basement. I get a few cords of wood, and, you know, it'd be nice and cozy. I have to admit, you know, the fall can be kind of a cozy time, because you start to sort of batten down the hatches and, you know, prepare yourself for the cold winter, you know, and make sure I got a bottle of Glenfiddich scotch and, you know, hot chocolate. And I know I don't mix them together, no, but it's just nice having those things when you're out shoveling. You come in and, you know, you're all cold and wet, and you have a shot of scotch. It's nice, you know. But yeah. So, anyways, that's my video on fall. Halloween video is already recorded. It's the first video that I've recorded that far in advance. I recorded about a week ago, so it's been, I recorded about 3 weeks at a time. And I've never recorded a video that far in advance, and I did it because it was, I wouldn't say it was a lot of work, but getting everything just right with the lighting and all that, I knew it would take time and finding props and all that. And I just wanted to make sure that it was uploaded and ready to go, because it'd be a real bummer if something technically went wrong, and stuff like that happens. It's just unforeseen. You get everything, you put so much work into something, next thing you know, some little glitch happens, and whatever. But that's kind of what life is like, isn't it? You're going along, everything's wonderful, and then there's some little glitch, some little bump in the road. So, but anyways, to all you people who are out there working, just remember that one day it'll all be worth it. I know you work hard. It's hard to make ends meet sometimes. And my nephew said the other day, I can't wait till I retire. He's like 52. I said, don't be in such a big hurry, my friend, please. Take your time. And to all you people that are struggling financially, it's only temporary. Just keep working hard. And believe me, I've been there. I know what it's like. I'm by no means a wealthy person, but I'm comfortable. But I know what it's like when my ex and I were raising kids, how challenging that was. And all you people who have had little kids lately and have more on the way, congratulations to you. I think that's wonderful, And so anyways, my friends, I thank you as always for tuning in. I thank you for supporting my channel and my cooking channel as well. I have a third one called Mark's World, where I just post random stuff. But anyways, you look after yourselves, look after each other. And, once again, for all you people who have just moved into the land of awesome, I really appreciate you tuning in. Nice having you as a supporter of my channel. So you look after yourselves, everybody. Okay, stay cool, stay amazing.